dynamic camera angles. Yes, so
hi everybody, welcome to episode, what was it again? I'm just so unenthused
34.
by this episode. 34. Yeah, this episode was so pointless that I am just over here watching Mystery Science Theater while working on my 500th picture for DA because I just... Why did we need 2 clip show episodes 5 episodes apart from each other?
Yeah, I didn't really understand that either.
Like, seriously, we just had one for the same arc.
This show has this weird fetish with clip show episodes.
Because it's super duper cheap.
Yeah, that's really the only answer.
But it's a terrible excuse, dude, because it doesn't do anything. You can't progress the story by constantly showing the recaps of the same exact episodes we've already seen. You don't get anywhere with that.
No, you don't.
I'm going back over here.
Yeah, he's also really busy. He's working on the site right now, so yeah, I'm just gonna do this review solo.
But I'm gonna yell occasionally.
As you do.
That's right. Don't even get it.
Alright, so it starts off kind of weird. They kind of have this new opening where it's like, are you ready to buddy fight? Then pick a world you like and get right into it. And I'm just kind of like, okay, thank you. You can tell they're trying to waste a lot of time in this episode. Their
budget is clearly running thin due to this point. I guess they've used most of it up because I bet you this is going to be in the beginning of everyone on top due of the, the whole car falling from the sky, the opening, the little card of the day thing at the end, and then the ending, and then the preview. Like, these episodes are going to end up being about 18 minutes each, excluding all that extra stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what they did with the budget or just how much budget they got, but yeah, they're cutting corners now. I really hope that maybe like next season they just take out the shading in the characters and do a lot less shading.
What they should do, dude, is just stop having them move so damn much.
Yeah.
Like,
they need to vanguard this bitch.
Like, well, not even just them. Even Pokemon does it. They have precise things where they will reuse certain, animations and stuff, so they don't have to do too much, redoing of the action and stuff, dude. And then when they're not in action, they just kind of just walk. They just have a walking animation most of the time, from the front, from the side, and then close-ups of their faces. And this does everything it can to show them doing everything they could possibly do, but with a budget that does not allow it.
Yeah.
And it's starting to really show in a worst way possible.
If you can't tell, Rico really does not like this episode.
Well, I don't, because it's one of the most shameful displays of cutting corners I've seen. And we've seen a lot from all the shows we've watched over the past, 20 years.
Yeah.
Like, this is some shameful displays here for cutting corners. Like, they don't even care.
So yeah, starts off with Ruga talking with Evil Boss Man, basically getting angry that he's done all this training and stuff and he's not going to be able to fight Task. So it actually shows him training in the mystical space arena that Tusu was put into.
Was warped into because reasons.
Yeah, he in there before, and he was fighting. I'm not going to even try to say his name.
Feather Dragon, wasn't it?
Yeah,
were you talking about Wolf? I mean, Ruga.
Yeah, Ruga was fighting.
I don't remember. I was not paying attention too much.
Yeah, no, he was fighting the Bahamut.
Bahamut?
Yeah, Bahamut.
There's no extra T in there.
I just can't say it.
Like the Bahamas, but instead of Ma, you make Moot or Mutt or whatever.
Bahamut.
There you go. There's no extra T in there.
Okay, thank you. Alright, so I finally learned how to say it. It's just the Bahamas with mute. Yep. Character development! Anyway, so then while they're training and getting their asses handed to them, Cerberus evolves and everyone's happy.
Again?
No, it's the origin of how he evolves.
Oh, now?
Yeah, they're showing the origin of how he evolved. I didn't really think we needed it, but they showed it.
Well, we didn't need it because we've seen... Well, we didn't even see it. We just were told that Drum freaking adventured and then he had them.
He adventured.
And as you'll learn in this episode, freaking Oswald can just do it whenever he wants.
Yeah. Apparently, Osmondai was like one of the first people to do it, and just didn't tell anyone.
Cause he's a dick like that.
Yeah. But, so yeah. So then, Aruga's like, I wanna fight Dusk, and Bossman's like, you can't. He's like, why not? Were you the one who got him fired? And he was like, maybe. So yeah, apparently Evil Bossman just decided, I want to fire Tasku now. So he did. And Ruga's kind of sad about it.
Why is he fired now? I still don't understand.
Who knows? So then we cut back to Gao and his friends. They're back home and they're saying bye to the police. And as you can see that Tasku is not taking getting fired very well. And Gao's like, hey, what's wrong? And he's like,
It's like, I got fired. Bro, why'd you get fired? Just because you freaking disobeyed your superior officers, knocked one of them over, stole a confiscated merchandise that's no longer yours because it was confiscated, constantly undermining your superior's authority. For what? Whatever, man. They had no right to fire you. Like, I know they're evil, but it's like he went out of his way to just ignore their orders. Dude, he's
a cop on the edge!
He deserved to freaking get sent to, like, a reform school at that point. With how much disobeying he did. He's just lucky that buddy police don't work that way, apparently.
Yeah. He, instead of actually saying all that, though, he's too chicken to admit it, and,
Well, I would be too. He was an asshole and he got fired for it. Would you want to tell people that?
No.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, Brown Cop's like, oh, he's just tired. Stay in school, kids! And then they drive off into the distance.
Brown Cop.
I don't know his name, I just know him as Brown-Haired Cop, or Brown Cop.
He's Brown Cop Holmes. He keeping it real in southern Buddyfight Ivo Academy City.
Maybe I should just call him Miami Vice from now on.
He flew over the border with his buddy skill. Continue.
I'm gonna shut up. Well, no, I can't. But, anyway, so, everyone goes back to Gao's house and they're like, oh man, it's time to eat some food, it's gonna be great, we're gonna watch the fight that Paroko recorded. And then, all of a sudden the lights dim and it's Lady Souza there and she's like, I imported the most special ingredients ever! In order to celebrate you guys coming back! Oh ho ho ho!
Because she's that kind of girl, you see.
Yeah, and I think we should tell Takosuke not to eat the octopus dumplings. He seems really excited for Grandma's cooking, which usually involves that.
Whatever, he's a cannibal, it's okay.
So yeah, so everyone's enjoying the food and stuff, and she's like, oh yeah, where's my flying house? And Gao's just like,
it's somewhere.
It kind of crashed, and her butlers and maids flip their shit, and are about to kill him, and she's like, I don't care. And they're like, that was your house? And she's like, I have many houses.
But it's like, we know that too, dude, because at the end credits you clearly see the house, like, attached to a castle.
Yeah, so she's just like...
That's like she lost her freaking, like, I don't even know, like...
Oh, you lost my hairbrush? That's fine.
Like, I'd say more like losing her car, and she was rich, so she could easily replace the thing. Only here she's super rich, so it's like, whatever.
Yeah. I own half the world, who cares?
Freaking destroyed her house. And does not give a crap.
Yeah, she's...
I gotta say, she is good at waifu material. Even if she's a bit crazy.
Yeah.
She clearly doesn't give a crap.
Yeah, she's very forgiving.
Most people wouldn't be very forgiving if you burned their house down. I'm just saying.
And then we get into the recap episode part of this episode.
And that's where it becomes bad. Because all that stuff that happened, it was like for like, what, the first, like, 5 minutes?
Yeah,
and then
maybe less.
And then from there on, it's nothing but recap until like the last 4 or 5 minutes of the show.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not going to be able to talk much about that because, well...
What is there to say?
Yeah, what is there to say? We already saw it. The only thing that really happened is that, it's Park who goes, first we start off with me discovering that Kiri was kidnapped against his will and bravely coming to his rescue along with you guys. And then Kiri's like, I went willfully. And everyone's like, so you mean this trip was entirely pointless? And they just slowly stare at Paruko angrily. And Osmode's like, you mean I missed my special dance marathon because of this?
I got dressed for this?
Yeah, I got dressed for this! Paruko's kind of embarrassed, and Kiri's like, well, thank you for coming to get me!
Really makes you wonder, though, dude, if he was just there for no reason, why were they all so against him being found? Like, even if they found him, it's not like they were going to be able to get him to come back.
Because they're assholes.
But literally, that's the thing I was thinking about, too. You know, it's like, if he was there of his own free will, dude, ignoring the fact that he looked like he was drugged and taken against his will when Paruko found him, you know, hanging on the back of whatever, while Cerberus ran really awkwardly into space. Outside of all of that, dude, it's like outside of looking at he clearly wanted to be there. Just let them see him. Have him say he wants to be there for a while because he wants to read their stuff, and then say, "There's the door."
That probably would have allowed Vice President to also use the Dark Core on him. So, way to ruin your own plans, bad guys!
Yeah, bad guys gotta suck. I don't know if you know this, but that's the thing. The villains were really dumb in this show. Like, I don't know what to say. They make Team Rocket seem competent.
Yeah. So then, the only other things that happened is, I remembered Genma was in this. I totally forgot he was until this recap, so I guess I kinda needed it just for that. I was like, oh yeah, we left Genma in the mountains.
Genma can fly
he's
there.
Fine!
He flies there, like, regularly to train.
Yeah.
I think he can find his way back.
I guess everyone forgot, though, that he was kinda hurt and upset, but I guess yeah, he'll be fine.
Whatever, he trains up there for fun. I think they know him. The freaking Toad is his, like, friend. I think he'll watch over him.
Yeah, I just forgot he was there. But
I don't know how you could forget.
But anyway, so then
because that started off the most infuriating part of that story arc.
And
hey card, hey card, hey card, hey card, hey card, hey card. By the way, they can still bring it up even now.
Yeah, but then Kiri is like, oh hey Gao, you're using a Magic World deck, and he's like, yeah, I also used a Dungeon World and a Thunder Knights, and he's like, how many decks do you have? And he's like, a lot. And Kiri's like, man,
and I can use each one of them very well because who needs training?
Yeah, and Kiri actually is visibly upset about this. He's like, oh, he's already mastered Magic World and Dungeon World, and
gee, it's almost like I should stop using just this one deck that I suck with and try a different one. Nah, it's fine.
Yeah, so then after the clip show, Kiri's like, well, Gao, I actually have been wanting to challenge you to a fight, so will you fight me? And Gao's like, yeah! And then he's like, I'll use my Magic World deck! And then we cut back to the bad guys, and we start to meet some of our new bad guys. And I lost my place in my...
Flamboyance Incarnate.
Yeah, Flamboyance Incarnate. His name is Elf Kavala. I'm going to like this guy, especially since he announces who he is in the most awkward way possible. He's like, you must bring him to me! I, the important Elf Kavala! I'm just like, thanks for telling us your name,
Would you
bad
like
guy.
some tea?
Yes. I love characters like this.
Change places.
I love really campy characters. If you guys remember the pink-haired man who played Royal Paladins in Vanguard, I loved him so much. I wanted him back so
bad. If you
bad.
wanted to see a really gay version of the Mad Hatter, you'll love this guy.
He has a mohawk in the back of his head that you can't notice until he turns. So he has these frilly hair with roses in it and then a mohawk. I love it. So yeah. That and Vice President's back, and he's like, hey, I'm back, guys, and everyone's like,
nobody cares, Krillin.
Yeah, nobody cares, Krillin. So the bad guys are all watching the match somehow. They have cameras in Gao's house.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Why is there cameras in his house, and why did,
Why does Three-Headed Dragon Man have cameras in Gao's house?
I think the better question is, how did no one notice? I understand Gao because he's stupid, what his mom is like this super awesome whatever fighter lady, and even if they did this after she left, her mom is like her mom is like some kind of super ninja, and they have a freaking police samurai in their house.
No one noticed.
And they got the freaking magic demon. Did he not notice something was wrong?
Apparently not. He was too busy off screen turning into an armor knight. Yeah, so as the match is starting, actually, they make note that Asmodai is not there, and they say he has some errands to run.
It's his time of the month.
So yeah, Kiri actually does really good first turn. He gets Gao down to 3 life. And everyone's really impressed. They're like, oh man, Kiri's improved a lot. And Kiri's
he doesn't suck anymore.
He doesn't suck anymore!
Now we don't have to kick him out of the group for...
Yeah. So, back to the bad guys. We meet Glasses Girl, who seems to have a crush on Evil Bunny Man. I'm sorry I don't know any of these characters' names. The only one that mattered to me was Elf Kavala, and he's already done with for this episode. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is.
He's gonna be like the second one to go.
I know, and I don't want it to happen. I just want him forever. So yeah, then Kiri summons Asmodai, and he's using Asmodai as his buddy, and we get explained to that apparently Asmodai likes to world hops and gain new forms, and it's just like, why don't they just use the logic of that there's multiple Asmodais?
Yeah, I mean, it's like there's a billion drums, dude, and...
Yeah. But no.
But more to the point, why did he need him to be a buddy for this? Clearly multiple cards exist, otherwise how could he buddy call him?
Yeah, he had to ask for permission to use him.
Why didn't he just use the dumb pyramid? He seems to just have one.
Yeah. But, so yeah, he uses Asmodai, and, he has a giant squeaky hammer. That makes me happy. And also, Minotaur apparently says moo really, really nonchalantly when he attacks. He's just like, moo.
Sometimes he talks. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Sometimes he does actually say words. Like when he chucked the axe at, I don't even know the game manager's name.
Yeah.
The manager at the store.
Yeah, the store manager.
Whatever his name is.
But yeah, today he just mooed. Very, very boredly.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm part of Danger World. I can only do so much before I walk off.
Yeah, and Gao gets around taking damage by doing some very convoluted jumping of Axia. He basically magically goodbyes Axia, then when he's getting attacked, uses that card that summons him and gives him life, but then since it's not enough to stop Minotaur's attack, magical goodbyes him again, and then uses another card to bring him back so that he just keeps burning.
In other words, he just had a lot of lucky cards in his hand.
Oh yeah, he wins this fight by pure luck.
That's Gao in a nutshell, isn't it?
Yeah, so, then, Kiri loses the fight.
Is anyone surprised yet?
Of course. And then we also see some more bad guys, including Super Punk Man, as I will call him, because he constantly does stuff like this. And flashes gang signs. I'm pretty sure he did the,
He's the first one to go.
I'm pretty sure he did, like, what's the one where it's the W?
West Side?
Yeah, the West Side
West
symbol.
Side.
Or, Wu-Tang Clan. Or something.
I don't know, I'd have to look at it. It depends on how he did it.
Yeah.
Point is, he did it. He's gonna probably go down like a bitch because of it. Because they always do in these shows.
Yeah. No matter what was going on, they even, like, at one point when the boss is just talking, he's just sitting there going, I'm like, are you comfortable like that? Is your mouth drying out? What are you doing? Yeah, so he loses, and then Axia's like, hey, I'm leaving. And everyone's like,
yeah, I decided I don't want to be with you, please, anymore.
Yeah, they're like, why? And he's like, I need to find a buddy of my own so that I can have friendship soon. And it's like, why don't you just become Kiri's buddy?
Like, is Kiri just not existing?
Kiri's like right there. He doesn't have a buddy. He's mentioned how he wants a buddy, and you could stay with your friends. No, you're just gone.
Did you see him play? He sucks. I need to find a good buddy.
But yeah, so yeah, Axie's out of the show, and that makes me sad because that means we've lost one more gay point.
That was a weird thing to say, Em, but on the topic, have you just noticed how this show loves just dropping characters?
Yeah.
Like, it has a cast of hundreds by now, but only like 10 of them still exist.
We lost Noboru, we lost the mom, we lost...
Has Doi been in the show since the first episode of season 2?
No.
I didn't think so.
We lost Doi, we've lost every single one of the 4 demons.
Yeah, they literally just left.
We lost Ruga for the longest time.
Ruga just came back. They'll probably be gone again for another 20 episodes.
We technically lost the president, but no one missed him. We've lost Shin. We've lost No-Eyed Girl.
Oh god, I forgot they were in the show.
Jin's his name. I called him Shin.
Yeah, I remember. Jin and lasagna.
Yeah, Jin and lasagna.
It's a very delicious dinner.
Yeah, so...
Man, I forgot they were in the show. It's been so long since I've seen them do anything.
Yeah, it's just, characters just get dropped so much, and it's like, I'm gonna miss Axia. Axia is, like, good.
At least he got a send-off. Some of these people just kind of fade out of existence. For no other reason than there's just no room for them. Yeah. Remember that other guy who was, like, leading the police office? He's been gone since the first episode of season 2.
Oh my
or
God,
second.
Yeah.
Whenever that happened. He's been gone since that and never been heard from since.
Yeah. So yeah, characters just get dropped.
Like, there's a serious problem with this show, and I've noticed it, but I always just kind of figured it would hammer those problems out, dude, and it has.
But it just...
Like, it's, like, you look at it now, it's a lot better than most of the episodes of season 1. Dude, the freaking episodes in season 1 were a wreck.
Laughably bad.
Like, even the good episodes were just horribly paced in, like, the worst kind of way. Like, all these episodes, even the worst episodes of this season, dude, are at least paced somewhat decently. For the most part, anyway. But they're just put together otherwise just so terribly.
Yeah. So, after that, Kiri's kind of down on himself again, and Osmode actually comes up to him and is like, have you thought about trying other worlds? Your playstyle does not...
Have you considered getting good?
Yeah, basically. He's like, your playstyle doesn't suit Danger World. He's like, I'm not saying drop Danger World, I'm just saying try something new.
I'm not saying drop Danger World, I'm just saying drop it. That's what he's saying, dude, because he just said that he's not good at it.
Yeah.
What is he trying to say? I'm not saying drop it. It's like, clearly he said do it.
And then we get one more back with our villains, where we now have Pritch Bitch with the hair from that one villain from Final Fantasy X. Yeah. Kinda. He has the little wing things. Like, you remember that hair.
You mean the hair horns that are physically impossible because they literally go 2 different ways at the tip?
He has mini ones of those.
Like, they're literally, the hair cannot do that. They're round at the sides with no way to do it without having some kind of either gap or some kind of point. There's no way the hair should be able to do that.
Yeah, it goes out like this and then down, luckily. Like, so it's not as bad. So it
doesn't, like, scythe around...
It luckily... Good. Yeah, it's not that bad, but all I could think of is like, it's like that hair!
Oh god, his hair is the most infuriating thing. Like... Literally, there's no way to do it unless you, like, put a spear through your hair and just wrap your hair around it. And even that would have swirls. Dude, the hair in that game, dude, literally just looks like it goes straight, like, in a arc and is attached to it like a stem. That's not how hair works.
I'm sorry, I got you on a hair rant.
Yeah, it's because that was dumb hair.
Yeah, but then the bad guys all assemble, and big bad evil bunny man is like, so you're all assembled here. I guess I could call you my friends. And Ruga immediately gets mad. He's like, not friends.
No friends. Friend hurt. Hulk wants alone.
Hulk wants. So then that's where the episode ends. They're assembled. Ooh.
Yay, the Avengers have assembled. What are they going to avenge?
I don't know, Gao's mom?
I drew a Gardevoir drinking booze.
Yeah, he did. But, so yeah, that's the end of the episode. We've already heard your thoughts.
Yeah, then I'm gonna say it again. This was bad. It's not, like, terrible, but it literally did not need to exist. There was no point in it existing. We just had this 5 episodes ago. They could have had these an actual full-on, like, big fight between Kiri and Gao, you know, every single turn to fully fleshed out. And then after he does that, you know, and then Kiri learns, you know, a lesson about getting good, we cut to the villains at the end assembling in silhouette or coming out of silhouette. Most likely silhouette, since we've never seen these people before. And go from there. Instead, they're like, yeah, we'll just kind of have them drive by as we have this clip show go.
Yeah.
That's that's not how you do anything.
This was a really bad episode. You can tell they did this episode clearly just for budget's sake.
They did this one, like, because they ran out of money. I don't know what happened, but somewhere along the way, they ran out of money and could not finish the season. So we'll probably see another episode or two like this in the future, dude, where it's just like the most ham-fisted crap you've ever seen. Because they probably had just enough to finish the finale of the season, if they're even doing it that far in advance, which I'm hoping they are, given these circumstances. Because if they've run out of money this early and they don't have any episodes ready in advance, the rest of the season is going to be really bad.
I've also noticed that they tend to do this where they save a lot of money in order to make the next episode really good, or really budgety. And it seems like that's what's going to happen, because next episode we get Hero World! Guess what? It's Nova Grapplers!
No, it's not. It's D-Police.
Okay, a combination.
Clearly Dayusha's friends.
Yeah, they are Dayusha's friends, you're right.
And while that's well and dandy, dude, it's like they killed this episode for a side character's world.
Yeah, it's Miami Vice is doing it.
Miami Vice.
That's what I'm calling him now!
But no, it's like they suicided this episode. They made this episode commit suicide for that episode, if the quality is even good. Like, if only some of the robot animation is really good, dude, that's not gonna be looking good. If all the robot animation is about standard, due to what we usually see, then no, it died in vain.
Yeah, but that's about it. So we're gonna see you guys next episode.
I could rant about this one forever. Like, it's just a pet peeve of mine when people use multiple clip show episodes, especially when they're almost side by side with each other, dude, because they ran out of money. There is so many ways they could cut budget to make these episodes work. Freaking Pokemon does it all the time for the last freaking, like, 15 years. I think they could freaking figure out a way to do it now in 2014. Freaking Kill la Kill had like 6 or 7 people working on the episodes on a weekly basis, getting them in the day of, and it looked better than half of the stuff that this show gives us. Even shows from like the 80s and 90s with all their reused animation look better than this does half the time. And I can't even complain about the plot because there is no plot this episode. This episode was half clip show with the villain saying, okay, it's time to do something. We don't know what still, but there you go. Yeah. Okay, what were you gonna say?
That's about it for this episode. Yeah, bad episode. Can't wait for the next one. Hopefully it's better.
Let's go, Robos.
Yeah, let's go, Robos. See you next time.